can't really afford to muck around like I'm kind of doing here. Ooh, hello there. Don't mind me. Gonna find reverse eventually and get on out of here. Oh, almost went into the ditch then. Hello, looking at Dirt Rally today. Just gonna do a quick custom event. I'm gonna choose the grease stages. Gonna go for a 1960s Lancia Fulvia. Quite enjoy this vehicle, and we're gonna get going. I'm gonna give a bit of background about the game a little bit later. Just want to get into the stage at the moment and start driving it. What an awesome game this is. This is only early access as well, but already you can see that, well, in my opinion anyway, we've got something really special in front of us. I was there in 1998 for the first Colin McRae Rally title, and what a game that was as well on PlayStation 1. And I see this title as a bit of a hark back to the old days when everything was meant to be realistic, as much as possible anyway. I'm just going to adjust a few car settings here, just the differential there, just going to loosen that up a bit, and we're going to get racing. Immediately you'll notice the sounds and graphics. 4, fantastic.
3, 2, 1, go. Left 6, 80.
And the wonder of front wheel drive. So this is the Lancia Fulvia that I've chosen, as mentioned earlier. It has 115 horsepower in quite a large vehicle, so it's quite underpowered, but it's a good vehicle to sort of start on. It's got a bit of weight to it, so you can't really get into much trouble. It's a bit more forgiving perhaps than a rear-wheel drive car, and being that it's quite slow to accelerate, you can't really get into much trouble with it unless you're being rather silly. I'm using the Logitech G27 with the clutch and H shifter, and I've got Track IR hooked up as well, as you can probably tell, which looks really good. I must say, it works really well. And I do play mostly in the in-car view, the cockpit view, as it were. But there's quite a bit of options in the replay as well to adjust camera angles and effects and things like that. Whoops. And just feel that engine bog down. It has quite a wide spread in the gear ratios. So, just trying to get around this hairpin here. And listen to your co-pilot, because his notes are very, very handy. Listen or die, pretty much. Just gonna cut over through here. This is not the best driving, I realise. We are actually going through some switchbacks here and gradually making our way up the hill. Just using the handbrake here to try and get us around. Oops, stalled it. So because I'm using the H shifter with the clutch, you can actually stall the engine if you're not careful. And it's just a tap on the gas to get her started again. But yeah, quite realistic. Quite enjoy that aspect of it. Oops, just ruining these hairpins right here, guys. I'm not aiming for any world records today. I just want to try and do a clean stage if I can, without ending up in the ditch, which is very possible in this game as well. So yes, my opinion is that it's a very, very realistic title. Probably one of the better dirt rally games to come out in the past few years. No mention of Gymkhana here, which I don't miss, to be honest. Physics are very good. Tracks are longer. Oops, missed the shift there. Tracks are longer, perhaps more realistic in that manner. There was a game from quite a few years ago now called Rally Championship. I don't know if you guys remember it, but it kind of reminds me of that as well. from a realism aspect, because it's very possible to actually just ruin a part of the stage and pretty much get yourself out of the rankings if you're not careful. So these sorts of stages like these in this game, just going up a large hill here. Oops. Ooh. Listen to that bog down. This is a very steep hill. Up we go. So what was I saying? The tracks are quite long, so you have to be on your toes pretty much when you're playing career mode and trying to get a good finish. You can't really afford to muck around like I'm kind of doing here. Ooh, hello there. Don't mind me. Gonna find reverse eventually and get on out of here. Oh, almost went into the ditch then.
Right 5 long.
So the differentials are modelled as well, physics-wise. So if you get one wheel off the ground,
Yeah, left 6,
you can lose all the power effectively and put nothing on the ground. If you've got your differential set to be quite loose, like I have now, you can adjust your differential settings as you saw just earlier. Hard on the brakes right now. Oh, coming around for a hairpin left.
Into right 680 over crest.
Bogging down, taking out some barriers again. So yes, there's quite a few little vehicle settings you can do, and there is a whole damage model going on as well.
100 to finish.
This is a very quick stage, but I'll just go through the replay. Whoops! Oh, almost made a clean stage anyway. I guess you could say that was clean enough. So I finished 7th. Let's look at the replay anyway, and I'll go through a bit more about what I think and my first opinions of this. So we'll just let the replay play away here, and you just look at the views that you can see as well there. You can hear that hum in the background from the helicopter, which is quite cool. And the camera angles and camera views aren't really that great sometimes as well, to simulate that someone's actually trying to keep a camera on the vehicle. So you see sometimes the vehicle goes out of view a little bit and then comes back in. Just listen to those sounds and those visuals. Something else as well. Some people are saying the graphics aren't that great. To be honest, I don't really know what they're on about. Perhaps if you've been playing a lot of first-person shooters and things like that, that generally have really good graphics, I guess this may seem a bit different to you. Honestly, for me, it looks just fine. The distant hills and even the little trees and bushes in the distance there, they're all modelled as well. It's all 3D, obviously. Just gonna pull on the handbrake here. Oh. So you can actually upgrade your vehicle as you go as well. So this is obviously the stock version of this car. In the career mode, as you go, you can actually purchase upgrades, I believe. I've only done a very small, I've only scratched the surface of the career, to be honest. But there's quite a bit in there as well. You've got the damage modeling and repair that you have to do as well. But obviously the idea is to do as many clean stages as you can to reduce the amount of time that you spend repairing your car, because every part that you repair obviously takes off your total time. Oops, this is where I stalled it. Just throwing some dust there into the camera. Look at this slug try and move up this hill. Come on.
Into hairpin left 80 over crest.
I don't know if they can actually hear the co-driver from the helicopter. Perhaps they can. Again, I'm just sort of messing around here, not exactly looking to break any records. Was just hoping to do a clean stage, but yeah, it looks like I just messed up there at the end. Might have broken a headlight or two. But could have been a lot worse. But yes, what an awesome game this is. I cannot recommend it enough. And you have to bear in mind, look at that, all of this is early access as well, so you can't really go too far wrong, but this is just the start of what we can expect. So yeah, again, if you're a rally nut, if you're into simulation games, you like driving in general, and you like a bit of realism, yeah, I can't recommend this enough. This is probably one of those games where I'll probably put quite a few hours into, just like I've been doing with Euro Truck Simulator 2, which I haven't really been making many videos about lately. But yes, that's where I obviously missed all my shifts. Trying to work my way up this steep hill here. Listen to that 4-cylinder engine just trying its best. I think this is where I go up and over. Yes, it is. Hello. There we go. Reverse. Ooh. Just lifted that wheel a little bit on the inside there. Could have ended up going down that ditch if I had reversed any further. So yes, if you're a fan of Colin McRae Rally and dirt in general, but if you prefer the more realistic side of things, definitely get this game. I see it as, like I mentioned before, a harkback to the earlier Colin McRae Rally titles. The stages are nice and long. There's no gymkhana or any of that other business going on, which is great. So yes, get it. Get it, get it, get it. And I think this is where I have my photo finish. Let's see what happens. Just coming around this corner. And whoops. Thanks for watching.